first and foremost, a man who fails to plan, plans to fail. You got to see yourself successful before anybody else gonna see it. If you think you gonna be successful, then start envisioning that shit. Start thinking about what you gonna do when you become successful. Start thinking about what you gonna buy when you become successful. Start thinking about where you gonna live when you become successful. You got to envision success before you touch success. A man who fails to plan, plans to fail. Let me tell you something. It ain't gonna just come to you. Ain't nobody finna tell you gonna be successful every day. Ain't nobody gonna come tap you on the motherfucking shoulder to get your ass up out the bed. You got to envision this motherfucking dream happening before it happened, because I'm gonna tell you something. The moment you start envisioning it, can't nobody talk you out of it. The moment you start knowing this shit gonna happen, can't nobody talk you out of it. If you think you're gonna be the biggest rapper in the world, start watching some documentaries. Start watching what bigger rappers than you went through to get where they at, and envision yourself. Envision if it match your story, then you know you on your motherfucking way. You on the path. But I'm gonna tell you right motherfucking now, it ain't gonna come overnight. It ain't gonna come overnight. You gotta see yourself successful before anybody else see yourself successful, because they will not believe. Sometimes you got to watch the people you following. You might not be following somebody who going in the right direction. You might be following a nigga who just keep leading you into dead ends. They leading you places that ain't going nowhere because they don't know where the fuck they going. They lost they self. You gotta understand the difference between a lion ass nigga or a lion ass nigga, a one that tell you stories or one that know where the fuck he going. It's a reason why Moses led them people through the Red Sea. It's a reason, you understand me, why God always choose the weakest people and made them into something. It's a reason, because you gotta understand, it wasn't never about the size of the dog in the fight. It was the fight in the dog. You got to envision yourself being successful. If you want to be a model, you got to understand. You got to envision yourself being a grape girl for Nino Brown, bringing them grapes cold as a motherfucker and not freezing my motherfucking teeth around this bitch. You got to understand that you got to say, you know what, I'm gonna be the baddest grape girl. I'm gonna toot my ass out. I'm gonna make sure Nino Brown grapes cold. You got to envision this shit here, bitch. You got to envision this shit, because if you don't, you will never be successful. Understand. But on some real shit, you got to envision your success before anybody else does, because they gonna talk you out of it. You can't listen to family members. You can't listen to motherfucking friends, because they gonna tell you can't do it because they see you doing it before they doing it. And they scared. They scared. A man who failed to plan to fail. They gonna talk you out of it 1,000,000 times. You gonna talk yourself out of it 1,000,000 times. But you got to wake up and go see that shit. You got to envision that shit. Envision the house you wanna buy one day. Envision the car you wanna drive before you go test drive that bitch. Ride by that house, pray for it. Envision yourself becoming successful. Work for it. Get out here and grind for it. Everybody got a story. Understand that. Nobody ain't gonna be seeing your success unless you see it first. We the business.